Detroit. The Detroit Lions looking to bounce back from last week's loss to the Rams. That's a situation where they've been perfect for over 3 years. Detroit has won 15 straight games following a loss. That ties a run the Ravens had a generation ago for the longest such win streak in NFL history. And Dan Campbell and company know they need to start winning to get back into the playoff picture.
You got to get better. We got to get better. We got to move on. Can't sulk about it. Can't feel sorry for ourselves. It's simple as going back to work, and we got to get better with Pittsburgh coming into town.
You guys can expect whatever the hell you want. We've had stretches where we played good football, and that's the standard.
If we talk about being the best in the room, go get that. Aaron Rodgers in for the touchdown.
We're resilient. We still have plenty of stuff in front of us, and we've got a great group that can win a championship here.
How about this swing?
I know they're a physical group, physical team.
There he is, Hutchinson.
I know they're going to get their best shot.
It's a rugged team that's coming in here. They play bully ball. That's what we got to be preparing for.
Huge game. Kimberly Martin in Detroit for us. Kmart, what have both teams been saying about their approach to this one?
Good morning, Greeny. Well, physicality on both sides of the ball will be key in this matchup. The Lions expect the Steelers to play, quote, bully ball, as Dan Campbell calls it. And Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf said the one thing that was stressed in their wide receiver room this week was matching the Lions' physicality on defense. Metcalf said, listen, we are hungry for a home playoff game. And, of course, they're hungry for a win, so we know we're going to get their best shot. Now, on defense, the Steelers have to have that same mindset because this week they will be without T.J. Watt again, the second straight game he's missed as he recovers from surgery from that partially collapsed lung. But I can tell you, the Steelers feel like they're hitting their stride at the right time, Greeny. Aaron Rodgers, their 42-year-old quarterback, is coming off one of his best games of the season. And I asked Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his former receiver in Green Bay, about Rodgers, and MVS told me, listen, he's the same guy, except there's one big difference. He said he's gotten a little soft. When I got to Green Bay, MVS said Rodgers was yelling at people, not in a mean way, but holding them accountable. He said he still does that with the Steelers, but in a nicer tone. He said, you know, maybe getting married, he's got a little softer side now. But the two of them have always talked about winning a Super Bowl together. MVS said, I would have bet everything back in 2020, 2021, and 2022 that we would win a Super Bowl. But now we have another chance.
All right, Kmart, stay close by. I'm coming back to you for more in a moment, but let's talk about this game here and this offense of the Steelers. Last couple of weeks looks a little bit better, and they go up against a defense that has really struggled in recent weeks.
Yeah, it definitely looked better, Green. It started with Aaron probably coming off back-to-back weeks of his best game as a Steeler, and it really was about finally this offense pushing the ball downfield, and it started with DK Metcalf. Listen, this is the guy they went out and got traded for in the offseason. He's one of the best downfield threats in football. This is from a couple weeks ago. You can see the little gun play-action pass to the left. Aaron coming back and actually throwing this ball downfield. They've been missing this. You know, DK in the middle of the season didn't have a ton of targets. This guy is one of the biggest, fastest humans on the planet, right? He really puts DBs in a tough situation. Again, same game. Here we are. He's one-on-one. He's got to get the football. They're going to have to see this today. They're going to have to get some man-to-man and take some shots downfield. Here you can see him again using his body, making the tough catch on the sideline. But this is what has really meant the difference for them. Aaron, again, pushing it downfield. And again, DK has got to be a featured element of this offense to help open up some of these run lanes up front.
Yeah, I think this team, the offense wanted to show up on Friday to make sure they're there for game time, because this defense over the last month, the Lions defense over the last month of the season, 30th in points allowed, 32 points a game, by the way, last in yards. They've been getting torched by people. And it's not, and even the run, like you name it, like they can't stop anything. And to me, Aaron Rodgers, he's dead last in the NFL when you pressure him. Does anybody think the Lions are going to be able to pressure him? And the reason it's not just a pass rush. Aiden Hutchinson's awesome, but they can't cover. You can't cover tight enough. So he's not going to have to hold the ball. Guys are open all over the place. So to me, I think this could be a shootout. The one thing I got to be careful of here in this one, the Lions are playing with 3 rookies at the interior, a rookie center and 2 rookie guards. Yep. Like, oh my goodness. So it looks on paper as if this should be a close game. Now, Dan Campbell, I think, is an offensive genius. You know, we saw Ben Johnson and all that, but who leads the NFL in offense? This team. And they average over 30 points a game. So I think it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, and that's interesting of you saying it's going to be a shootout, because I agree, because then how do the Steelers slow them down? Now, you mentioned the rookies inside, but Watt down, Herbig down. Jack Sawyer, the rookie out of Ohio State, he's taken a bigger role today. And if Goff, if you can't get Goff off schedule and stop the run, this guy is going to slice you up. That's really what I think is going to happen today. And then it's going to be, can Aaron continually hit those shots, and can he match them score for score, which is something I don't know if Pittsburgh can do right now.
Have you seen, lately, the Steeler team, boy, they are going 2 or more tight ends. I mean, a ton of times. Last week, they went, or week 14, 20 times they did it against the Ravens and averaged 6.6 yards a play. Last week against Miami, 22 times they were in that personnel grouping and averaged 6 yards a play. That's one way to keep that running game going and all that type of stuff, and keep that clock going, keep that offensive Detroit on the sideline.
I just don't know if they can slow the game down like that, right? Like, this isn't a game where you're going to win scoring 17 points, right? Like, again, the Lions at home, they are going to score.
Yes, they
right?
are.
They love being inside on that turf. Again, Goff throwing it around in the AC, he can really sling it. Like, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, like, you got to have your foot on the gas offensively if you have a chance to win this game.
Situational. Go ahead, Randy.
Get Randy in.
And see, my question for me is what Pittsburgh's Steelers team will show up. The last time we really seen this offense really working at a high level, maybe 2 months ago, and I'm going to tell y'all the game over in London when they played the Minnesota Vikings. Y'all remember DK Metcalf on that deep dig where he ran for like 40 yards after? And the reason why I'm saying this, because, Alex, you just put up a clip about the deep part of the field, stretching the field. As a wide receiver, yes, that's good. I would like the quarterback to stretch the field, but that hasn't been the case in Pittsburgh. When you have your running back, Gainwell, being the leading wide receiver on your team, and the regular season is almost over, that means there's a problem. Is it the problem with Arthur Smith not calling the right play, or is it with Aaron Rodgers not being able to put the stress on the defense? So, to me, they're going to have to put up points against this Detroit Lions team, because Amon-Ra, J-Mo, the two-headed monster in the backfield, they're going to have to put up, but it's not going to be Kenneth Gainwell. The guy have to get the ball to DK.
Yeah, Jack Campbell, Anzalone, the linebackers for Detroit. I mean, those backs are so featured in Pittsburgh. Definitely going to have to be on those guys.
In a small way, or in a way, the Lions they benefited from the Bears winning the game against Green Bay last night. They still have a chance, an outside chance, to win the NFC North. In the meantime, I told you Kimberly Martin was going to rejoin us from Detroit. Last year, she was with the Lions to witness firsthand a very frightening situation. Kmart, you pick it up from there.
Yeah, Greeny, every weekend I travel to stadiums in search of the story. Usually when Countdown comes to me live in whatever cold city I'm in, I share insight into a game plan or a must-see matchup viewers should keep their eyes on, or even a team's mindset before a must-win game like today for the Lions. And then there are stories on Sundays that are about true heroism and humanity. And those stories sometimes fall at your very feet. And like you said, that's what happened to me exactly 1 year ago this weekend, days before Christmas, just as I was finished reporting live on NFL Countdown. So in our Sunday Spotlight, I tell a story I never saw coming, and one I will never forget.